Emily
working.
from nonprofitist.org here, the exclusive social networking and resource site. Today I have Mugisha from Burundi, and he is with Perfect Village Communities. Welcome.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Yes, sir, you bet. So tell us a little bit more about your background and why you created Perfect Village Communities and what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you very much for this question. Working since 2015 as social activist in my community, I created a first organization which was about to create a healthcare structure for the community. But I have concluded that even if we created the healthcare structures, we continue to register the new cases of malnutrition in the community. You know, but Burundi is trusted for many years for the developing country with a high rate of malnutrition cases. Out of 80% children under 5 with malnutrition. I have read more that the main causes of this situation was not the no access for the healthcare structures, but also the lack of necessary resources for the community, because out of 90% of Burundians in rural areas live for agriculture and breeding, but any family can be able to produce the food which can feed their family for a month. This is very dangerous because if we can find a solution for this, we will continue to assist the poorest community without any resources which can help the community for their development. I created this social-based organization known as Perfect Village Communities, PCV Burundi, because they would like to strengthen the effort of the vulnerable community in rural areas to become the help solution for their own challenge. We regroup the communities in perfect village cooperatives, which allow them to work together and give them the resources they need to produce and to generate the income, which can be necessary for their living, which resources finally can be used to finance the community development, include common infrastructures as school, healthcare structures, and add common infrastructures social.
That's wonderful. So what I hear you saying is that malnutrition is one of the biggest problems there, and you're addressing that through agriculture, but not just to provide adequate nutrition, but also to build a sustainable ecosystem for the communities economically and from the standpoint of health and well-being as well.
The voice was so low, I have not catch you very well. Can you come again for this question, last question?
Yes, I was just kind of restating what you were saying as far as malnutrition being one of the biggest issues that people are facing in Burundi, and you are addressing that problem through sustainable agriculture.
Yeah. If we would like to grow the community agriculture production, this means that we have to care for our soil. That is why we have to care for animal, which help us to produce the manure naturally, the manure which is used to cultivate and grow the production. The production is used to feed families and to create the small business. The small business help the community to generate the resource and the food which they need to feed their family. We think that even if we will realize this, by growing the production agriculture, we can respond for this challenge community for malnutrition, and we can produce and we can generate the resources the community they need to finance their basic needs, increase the food for their family.
Mugisha, you are doing a wonderful work there. That is you're creating win-win-wins for the community and for families. Where can people connect with you? Is Facebook the best place for people to find you?
Yeah, every people who can connect with us, you can check us on social media as Facebook channel, Instagram, Twitter, and our website. They can easily find us, and they can support our activities as they can.
Wonderful. Do you partner with other organizations in your area?
Yes, of course. We are partnering with other organizations as Omonto Movement, which is a movement, international movement from Switzerland, and we have Royal some activities together, even if to care for environment and soil, which is very necessary for our agriculture activities. We some sometime we organize together the tree campaign. And the last year we have planted out of 17 trees in order to care our structures, which is the soil, which will help us to produce the food we need. And we will continue to partner with this organization to strengthen our social activities. And we have also another organization which is Association to Burundians, which is working for the improving the healthcare for community.
Yeah,
and
good.
we will also continue to look for other partners who can be with us for those activities in order to make a high impact for those activities and in order to serve a higher number of community.
Absolutely. You're striking at the root of most health ailments, which is quality food, which comes from quality soil. So, you're just doing a beautiful work there. Can you tell us a story about, what sort of impact you've had, or
Yeah, my story began at small age when I saw my community include myself walking for many kilometers out of 100 kilometers for their home to the healthcare. That is why I have studied the healthcare sciences. And after my studies, I come back in my community where I created the healthcare structures. We are continuing to care for my community where we are going to produce the basic needs. I hope and I'm convinced that we can create a sustainable village where community are satisfied for their needs, basic for the development. In this year we have already served out of 12,000 patients directly in our healthcare structure, and out of 10,000 people who have benefited our program in community, we have also participated in partnership with organizations that I have already said, as Monto Movement for the same causes and Association to Burundians. And I think that we will continue to strengthen our efforts so that community can become the hub solution for their challenge. That is why I have created for the first healthcare structures, but because I have seen that there is other resources that the community needed, is that because I have created now Perfect Village to strengthen the effort of the basic community activities so that we can amplify the effort of vulnerable community in rural areas.
Brilliant. Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us today?
Yes, I would like to share with you my vision of Perfect Village. It is very important by me to share with this with the international community, even if in Burundi. Our mission is to strengthen the efforts of vulnerable communities in rural areas by creating the solution of community challenge and implicating the community themselves to contribute to their own development through their basic activities as purpose agriculture, soil regeneration, and environmental care, which will allow to finance the infrastructures community which we need. We have also our vision, which is to create a better world community which guarantees the excellent life condition for the creative living. I would like to also share with you my own vision in the future. I'd like to see a perfect village as a village where community are health therapy, where community have access to the food, where community have the access to the resources they need, a village where animals and environment are cared for the sustainable world development by not for individual deals. And I hope and I'm convinced that we will succeed for this to attain this goal with a partnership with other community who can be interested by our activities.
Yes, I love that. I think it's very important to have partnerships and to work together to solve these problems. Mugisha, thank you so much for being with us today. Find him on Facebook. If you search Perfect Village Communities, you should be able to find his page. And there's a link to his website on his page as well, so you can read more about where he came from and what he's doing and what he plans to do in the future.